Hello, and welcome to Rainbows and Razor Blades Productions, where chaos reigns in all of our content. Welcome to Madness Takes Artena. We do have a special guest tonight. Apparently, people put on hats since I last looked at the screen.
Everybody else was putting on hats. I thought we were all doing hats.
No, it's because my character wears a hat.
Well, my character doesn't. Crap!
Tonight we are playing Madness Takes Artena, 5e homebrew world of my own making. And yeah, lots of crazy stuff has happened. But before we get into that, let us meet our players. We will start with our special guest, Michael.
Oh, hi. My name's Michael, and I like the internet. The pipes are nice. They bring us things. If you want to hear me talking about the things I talk about on the internet pipes, I'm findable on the Twitters at the Valkyrie Bait. Also, I am pleased, happy to be here tonight, and hope I don't embarrass people more than they might embarrass themselves.
Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'll be playing Paintbrush tonight. I'm on Instagram, Izzy Talavera, all one. And yeah, that's me.
One day I'm going to make you... Actually, you know what? After this tonight, I'm going to make you a Twitter and send you the login information. You're going to join. You have no choice.
It's a Twitter appreciation page. That's all. That's what
I have to, I love it when I have to put stuff from my Twitter into our Discord just so Izzy can see it.
If we can make the username Twitterless Izzy.
Or Izzy didn't have a Twitter, so we made her one.
Oh, on that note, Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Kate Mead. You can find me on socials at Nerd on Wheels 15, where I talk about disability, TTRPGs, and everything in between. Are we introducing our characters?
Oh, yeah, that's helpful.
Okay. Hi, I'm playing Amariel, the Chaotic Bi Paladin. And she's got some vengeance, and she's excited to use it today. I think that's it.
Izzy, tell us who you're playing since you missed that part.
I'll be playing Paintbrush. He's a monk that likes to paint.
Skag.
Hello, everybody. I'm Skagwad RPG. You can find me on all the interwebs under that name, and I will be playing Lustin Fire River tonight. The very chaotic, bisexual, glorious warlock fighter.
And Daddy.
Hello, I'm playing Trenton, the high elf wizard rogue combo. That he does a lot of shooting, and he's like really traumatized with everything's like fucking bullshit. So he may end up with like a liver problem at the end of this campaign. We shall see.
And last but certainly not least, Steve.
Hi, my name's Steve. I go by at W9 Steve on Twitter. I go by Hermes4939. I'm playing Errol, our Vidalcan grave cleric who does not have a drinking drug problem or a wicked hangover right now. So he's fine. Everything's fine. So yes,
fine.
Thank you.
And I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Kristen, or Chris, your DM for the chaos tonight. You can find me on the internet at Darcereelish, and I'm going to be playing many characters.
Some would say all but seven of them.
All right.
6 of them. I can't count.
Math is hard.
Matemáticas.
So when we last left off, our party had walked out of the Wacky Mole Tavern, which has become their haunt after saving the wonderful Malgtress. You get the good discounts that way. And as they walked out, they walked into a changeling, a goblin. Words are hard, y'all. Hey, I have that shirt coming. A goblin and a bugbear that are all decked out as rogues with the symbol of Leisha and the Whispers of the Ended on the armbands, which somebody had made a history check roll to figure that out. So it is known that they are people they don't really want to make nice with. And so, where would you all be standing as you came out? Because it was like you walked out and they walked up to you and the goblin threw around some threats.
I think myself and I know I'd be up front because I said that I was going to go walk right up towards them.
That's right.
I know I followed, I think it was Marielle and Lustin out. So I am fairly close, but I would say probably no more than like 10 or 20 feet away.
I'd probably be right in front of Trenton, just so I can deflect bullets or anything that comes.
Sweet trauma boy.
So like mathematically, I think I'd be like 25 feet from the door. I'm just saying, we're limited space and I've been looking for exits, right?
I'd like to be kind of looming over them in the background with all 6 arms raised, with the crimson dripping from their claws, kind of refracting in the moonlight. Wait, no, wrong character.
Dancing in the moonlight.
You guys do notice as you walk out that there is a figure lounging in the shadows beside the door. Are you going to make your presence known?
I'm having a drink. No.
Fireball.
All right.
Wow. First of all, we don't open with fireballs at this range. We open with scorching rays.
That's a drink. The drink is Fireball. He doesn't want to spill it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Amariel, where would you be at?
Probably like going right up to the people with the armbands. I'm like right on them.
Keeping up with Lustin. All right.
Yeah.
So the one that looks like he's probably the leader, because the goblin is the one that's done the speaking so far, and the one that kind of is standing in front. You do see he's got a crossbow in one hand, ready to fire that, and then he's got a hand on a dagger. And he's like, if you just hand over the information that you found in General Nalstrom's study, we can just be on our way.
Oh, shit. What did we do with that, Lustin?
I thought you knew.
I think we actually left everything there.
Yeah.
So, we kind of figured out the plan, and we've had quite enough of the old Major Illusion play. So unless you want to be visibly real in the dirt, probably go find something else to do.
Well, that's not going to work for us, because we know you got something out of there. Even if it's just information, we'll beat it out of your head. Hey, Bob, it's smashing time. And the bugbear walks forward and he kind of looks at the 2 daggers in his hands and he's like, but I don't smash with daggers. It's a term.
I'm going to cast Fog Cloud.
Oh, okay. Are you just going to cast it on them?
On us.
Oh, on you guys? All right. Note that you will still be at disadvantage for any attacks out of that
But they
range.
got to come this way.
Yeah. And on that note, let's roll some initiative.
Get rid of that. Initiative rolling.
And give me a minute to get everybody's names down, and then I will get everybody's. Oh, or you can just put it in the chat. That works too.
Because we're efficient.
Ooh. Dang.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
This is the only game I roll good at initiative, I swear.
I rolled just as terrible as always.
Question. Can I see through the thing or no?
The fog? No. You would need true sight to see through the fog or blind sight far enough out.
Would I have seen their location before the fog cloud?
Yes. But it would still be at disadvantage to hit them. But you'd have at least a semi idea of where they're at. All right. Amariel.
All right. Which one's closest to me?
Oh, 1 second. Let me actually roll for them. Haha, that would be helpful.
Big boy.
I need to actually look at everybody's real quick. I went by a little too fast. I wish I had a more efficient way to do initiative, but one day.
Doing okay.
See.
That's crap.
Well, good. We like you. We like to hear that you rolled like that.
DM can always roll bad for initiative. That's fine. That's fine.
That's not too bad. All right. So Marielle, you are still first. The one
Okay.
closest to you would be the goblin who had stepped farther forward.
Great. I'm gonna get out my weapons. Yeah, I'm going to start slashing.
All right. So you can move out of the fog cloud and head towards them, and then you won't be at disadvantage because if you're up close and personal, they weren't in the fog cloud. So
All right, yeah, yep. I'll just get within range so I don't have disadvantage and start. I'll use my swords and get to hacking, I guess.
all right.
So first attack. That is horrible. Yeah, that's only a 9 to hit. I doubt
Yeah,
that
no, that
works.
doesn't hit.
And offhand, that's a 15.
That does hit.
All
So
right,
go ahead and roll damage on that one.
all right, I'm gonna use yeah, we're smiting, I think, range
All right.
1. So that's 7 points of slashing damage. And then let me see, Divine Smite, my D8s. Just first level. That's all I got in me right now.
Right now.
For 9 points of radiant damage.
All right. So yeah, you run up to him and you hit him, and that smite runs through him, and he's all like, y'all got some fight in you.
It should only actually be 4 points of slashing damage
okay.
because it's an offhand weapon and I don't have dual wielder yet, so I don't get to add my
Gotcha.
attribute bonus. So
always those little things. All right, that brings us to Trent.
Mage armor and then wait till I see someone.
Okay, so your action is mage armor, and then are you going to hold an action, or do you want to just dodge in case somebody tries to hit you?
Well, mage armor is a spell.
Yeah, I know. That's
my action.
That's right.
Hee hee.
I've been playing a rogue in Thursday night, so I've got some rogue in my head, and I'm like, wait, he's not to the point where he can like do some of those things.
That's
all right. And stay where you're at.
Yep.
All right. That brings us to the changeling. he is going to take his two short swords, and he's going to take 2 swings at Amariel. I'm pretty sure a 25 hits.
Yes, it does.
An 18.
That it's I have an AC of 17, so
Okay.
Well, that changeling is rude.
Rolled like crap for his damage though, so that's 10 points of damage.
I'll take it.
And that's his action, bonus action. Yep, he doesn't have anything else yet. All right. And he's just gonna kind of like look at you and be like, I smell the fae on you. You're gonna be fun. And then he steps back. And that'll bring us to Lustin.
All right. How far away are these guys from me?
They would probably be about 20 feet. And
Cool.
you could feel Amariel run forward past you in the fog cloud.
Okay. I'm going to run forward using my dash action and see if I can run in a straight line right at them. And I am going to use my charger feat to make a melee weapon attack.
All right. And who are you going to charge?
I'm going to charge whichever the first one I see is. I don't know if that would be
Amariel would be in the way of the goblin, so probably the changeling who just
the changeling. Then we're gonna hit the changeling.
All right, go for it.
All right, let's see. That will be a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool. So I can add on damage with this. Let me see here. Oh, come on. What am I hitting? D8. Ooh, that's good amount of damage. That'll be 13 points of piercing damage as I just skewer this guy.
Any I think that's your action and bonus action, correct?
That will be, yes.
All right.
And then I was just gonna say something. That was it.
He is going to take the uncanny dodge to have that.
Ooh, you bastard. Somebody's going to get hit.
That brings us to the Bugbear Bob's turn.
Bugbear Bob, huh?
Bugbear Bob.
And he is going to run into the fog cloud and is going to... First, he's going to roll a perception check quick to see if he's actually going to find anybody. He's definitely at disadvantage.
Is that a 1?
Paintbrush, does a 10 hit? Didn't think so.
No.
Not even close.
He's gonna kind of sense that maybe he's headed towards the right direction though, and try and take and swipe with his other dagger. How about a 16?
Nope. That's barely missed.
We got the sneaky little monk out here. And he's just gonna kind of bellow and rage, be like, "Where are you?" And that will bring us to Errol's turn.
Okay. Errol's just kind of muttering fuck, 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 under his breath, and then runs to his right like 20 feet to get just barely out of the fog cloud. Can he see the goblin and the changeling that are outside the fog cloud?
I would say you can just barely see the goblin if you run far enough out of the fog cloud.
Okay, but I can't see the changeling?
No, he would be on the other side of the goblin and Mario.
He had something he wanted to do.
I can't cast Bane on one nothing person. Wasted a spell. All right. While he's running and cussing his way out of the fog cloud, you see him pull out a shield kind of under a cloak, like a real small one, and then pull a mace out, and then kind of look at what's going on. And the change, I can see the goblin, you said?
Yes.
Goblin's been injured?
Yes.
As far as I can tell. Okay, we're going to toll the dead on the goblin. Wisdom 14.
He rolled a 12.
Okay.
I never roll well for my bad guy.
That doesn't matter because they rolled a 1 for damage. So they take all of 1 damage.
So yeah, that kind of like brushes past him and he just kind of shakes himself a little bit.
And then with the other, with my bonus action, we're going to dump a spiritual weapon on top of the goblin as well. And the spiritual weapon is going to roll to hit. 16. Does 16 hit?
Yes, that does hit.
Okay.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
It's going to be something. He's kind of in a hurry, and he's kind of pissed off that he can't see all 3 of them. So it's this point, it's just like a mace that's on fire that kind of resembles his holy symbol. That's going to do 6 more damage to the goblin, and then he's going to step another 5 feet back into the fog cloud.
Okay. And that'll bring us to Paintbrush. And you just heard the bugbear yell next to you. So you know that he's close, so you can try to hit him at disadvantage, or you can try and get out and attack the ones you can see.
Oh, no, I'm mad at this bugbear. I am going to hit him.
Good.
All right, go ahead and roll at disadvantage for me.
Oh, 14 for my first attack.
That is his armor class, so you just hit.
Hell yeah. I am going to, since he's swiping at me with swords, I'm going to use my claws to swipe back at him.
All right.
And a 7. 7
You hear him
damage.
bellow again. Are you going to take a bonus action?
Yeah, I'm going to do flurry of blows. Okay, let's see. Let's do a little better.
Those will all be at disadvantage too.
Ooh, 8.
Nope.
And then the second one, oh. Ooh. 7.
Nope. So you get him with the claws, and then he bellows and just like jumps back enough that like as you try and swipe twice more, you just barely miss him.
Oh, I'm going to stand my ground.
All right. And that brings us to Eccles.
So just to make sure I'm following, this group of obviously adventurers just kind of walked out of the bar. There was some talking, and then there's a cloud of fog and the sounds of combat.
Yes. And you were leaning against by the door of the wacky mole.
Oh, so
all
I've
you
actually
can see
seen
is fog.
this.
Yeah.
I'm still inside with a drink in my hand.
So he's just going to kind of poke his head around. He's just kind of a normal human, a well-coutoured, well-shaven human with kind of like high cheekbones that maybe there's some elf distantly in his ancestry. Hard to tell. He's just kind of sticks his head in and looks to Trentana Latha and goes, "Are you with them?"
Honestly, like I'm really confused at what's going on. Takes a sip. I hear noises, but I can't see anything, and I like knowing before I jump in.
I think they're getting their ass kicked, just in case you were wondering. At which point he kind of turns and just kind of saunters to the left, kind of along the wall to get out of the fog cloud so he can try and see what on earth is going on.
If you go to the left, unless you move farther forward, you're not going to be able to see the changeling because he's like in the middle at the front of the fog cloud.
He's in the fog cloud. He's walking left till he's out of the fog cloud.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, most of them, as far as you can tell, are still in the fog cloud.
That's cool. You know where I don't want to be? In a fog cloud. Just walking left till we get clear of that. Okay. Just kind of pulls a dagger out and then just kind of begins the process of sidling around the fog cloud, which I assume is going to take up both his movement and perhaps what we would mechanically call a dash.
The saunter dash, as it were.
It's kind of
nice sauntering.
Thanks. I practice a lot in front of a mirror. So eventually I get around and I assume Amariel is clear of the fog cloud from what I understand.
Yes, she is out front and you can see her facing off against a changeling and a goblin.
One, what does Amariel look like?
Yeah, so Amariel is a half elf. She's got long light blonde hair that's up in, it's half up, half down into like a bunch of braids and like a braided bun with long flowing hair, a bunch of different beads throughout, as well as different like facial tattoos of like looks to be some sort of like druidic tattoos. She wears this it's technically chainmail, but it looks more like crystalline armor that when it hits the light just right, it almost has an opalescent glow to it. She wears all these different, everything looks incredibly natural. Like most of her weapons are not made out of metal, they're made out of crystal. But you definitely see glints of like divine power as she is fighting in this 6-second interval.
So he just kind of is gesturing at this point with the dagger. Hey, I think I saw you in the back of a Highland video. Oh, hey. I know that goblin. That fuck stick. And I'm done.
And on that note, it's the goblin's turn. He's going to kind of turn and notice you and sneer Eccles. And he's going to be like, I'll deal with you later. And he's going to make a 2 dagger attacks at Amariel. No, he's going to make 1 attack against Amariel, and then he's going to throw 1 at Eccles.
Oh.
That's a giant 10. That's not going to hit. You go in dice jail. You're not rolling well.
Oh.
That went in my lap. 20, dirty.
I will use prismatic sphere to defend myself and burn the whole weight. No, I don't have that spell as a reaction. I've got nothing except a knife in my shoulder.
So he does. So he like goes to swipe at her and then feints and throws the second one at Eccles. And that is 5 points of damage.
Ow, dick.
Can't stop that one.
He's like, well, you shouldn't be sticking your nose in where it don't belong, now should ya? And on that note, we are back up at the top with Amariel.
I think I'm just gonna see. Okay, now that was just rude. Like he didn't do anything. I don't understand why you're doing this, but you did try and are trying to be assholes and infiltrate a town. So that only means that I'm just gonna have to hit you until you stop moving. This is how it works. Ask the imps before this. And I am going to roll to. I'm actually gonna use lay on hands to pump 5 points of healing for my action into me. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to offhand attack. But yeah, let me roll that offhand. That's not bad. That's a 14 to hit.
That is his armor class.
Okay. I'll take it. So just 2 points of slashing. It's not great. I'm not gonna put smite into this. I'm just gonna hold him off and heal for this round.
All right. And then Trenton sitting in the pub.
I'm gonna walk to a window and see if I see anyone.
Which window do you walk to the left or to the right of the front door?
I saw him saunter to the left,
Yes.
so I'm just gonna mosey on to the right.
From the window, you do see just like the trail end of Errol dashing back into the fog. Otherwise, you don't appear to see anything else.
I'm just gonna sorry if I hit anyone, and just randomly pick a point in front of me and just cast Create Bonfire. I can't see.
Roll
I didn't think this was thought out that well.
Let's see.
I like to cause chaos. What can I say?
Roll me a D4 and then a D20 and just tell me the roll.
A 3.
Okay, and then on a D20?
That's a point, not a number. 10.
Paintbrush. You do feel behind you fire start and your tail almost catches.
I'm just gonna pat it out, still looking forward. But...
I think I maybe got one.
That was me.
I can't see. So I might place it somewhere else. We'll see how this goes.
But now that you know the bonfire is behind you, Paintbrush, you were in between the bonfire and Bob.
Does
and
my bonfire give Bob advantage?
Oh no.
No.
Bonus action, sip alcohol.
Okay. That brings us back to the changeling's turn. And the changeling is going to kind of cock their head and just stare at you for a minute. And then he's going to turn into the visage of a winter court king of the Eladrin and just kind of look down at you and be like, do you want to play, precious? And you do actually roll me a history check quick. Oh, Mario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad. 13.
You do have a vague recollection of spending a short amount of time in one of the courts, and this king was known for torturing his subjects in interesting ways, mostly mental, and a lot of them suffered enough that if they did escape and they got out to the real world, they're definitely a little more twisted than they should be. And then he's going to take 2 short sword attacks at you again. Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
That's a natural 20. Shit.
That'll hit.
I'm finally rolling well.
Okay, so let me know when you roll the natural 20 damage, because I'm going to reduce it with my interception.
Nice.
So the first hit, you take 5 points of damage.
Okay. I'm going to use my fighting style.
Points. Yeah, it's 8 points on the natural 20.
You take 0 points on the natural 20.
Nice.
I just undoes the healing I did. I can handle that.
Well played. Well played.
Interception fighting style. Yes.
It's great. It's really good.
So it's like he hits you once and it gets you in the arm, and then he's going to stick you right in the stomach, and Lustin just kind of swoops around him, and because he's about behind him now, and just knocks his arm away. And then that will Huh?
I was just gonna say, how about no?
How How about no, Scott? And that will bring us to Leston's turn.
Yes, goody. Okay, I'm going to hit this guy with my trident two-handed. I am not going to hit that guy because that is a natural 1.
So yeah, you go to swing and roll me a d4.
Oh, goody. I don't like this now. I don't want to play no more. That is a 4.
You do manage to start to sway, and you do knock into the changeling and knock him 5 feet back away from Amariel. So Amariel, you can take a opportunity attack if you would like.
All right.
Oh, goody.
17 to hit.
That does hit.
All right. 7 points of slashing damage. Or piercing, sorry.
All right. And that anything else, Leston, or was that just your one attack?
That is all that I got for now.
And that brings us to Bob the Bugbear. It's going to, now that he's been hit by Paintbrush, more accurately aim, hopefully, maybe. Are you fucking kidding me? I just rolled 2 5s. I don't think a 10 hits.
Bob. You can do it, Bob.
Oh.
Bob's just fine. Bob is fine.
And then he's going to, in frustration,
Throw paintbrush.
Fireball.
Literally throws paintbrush.
He's gonna see if he can stealth and just like not be perceived by you for his next attack. So yeah, you can tell where he is next to you for a minute, and then he just like lets out a frustrated growl, and then all of a sudden he's just like silent. And like you can't really tell where he went. And that will bring us to Errol's turn.
Okay. I've drawn myself a pretty little map, so I'm trying to keep track of where everyone is.
Well
all
done.
right, so Errol's about 5 feet still inside the fog cloud. Errol's going to step 5 feet out of the fog cloud. And can I still see the changeling?
No, it was the goblin that you
Was it
could
the-
see.
Was
Yeah,
it
and you'd
okay.
have to like move about 10 feet because you said you moved back
Okay.
into the cloud, but you'd
Yep.
been 10 feet outside
Okay.
of the cloud.
Okay, so I moved, and so I'll move the 10 more feet. So that puts me at 20 feet of movement so far. And we're going to cast Hold Person on the goblin.
All right.
Need Wisdom 14.
Oh, he's not wise.
Oh god, that's horrible for melee attack.
Fail.
Goblins known for the wisdom.
Oh, he's gonna
Oh,
die.
even with the -1, it's a 17.
Dang.
Oh,
Oh,
goblin.
She rolled good for once.
Yep. All right.
Will this
And
be
then
our
so
bobbling?
you see him quite frustrated and says, I'm pretty sure I'm going to survive this, but I don't know about the two of you. And he goes to cast the Hold Person and it doesn't go. And he says, shit. All right. And then so he kind of points to the spiritual weapon, and the spiritual weapon is going to take a crack at the that same goblin.
All right.
With a natural 19, that's a 25.
That definitely hits.
And that's going to be 11 damage by the spiritual weapon. So you see him just crack down.
It does like crack down right at the back of his head, and like he kind of starts to stagger, and you can tell that he's getting more beat up than he was expecting to be.
Okay, and then so, all right, so that was 20 feet. I think Arrow's going to stay put right where they are.
All right. And then that will bring us to Paintbrush.
I am since So I'm kind of near the back, right? So if I skirt back, I'd be out of the fog cloud a little bit.
You have about 10 feet, and then you'd be out of the fog cloud. Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
But if you go backwards, you will take some fire damage. And you will have an opportunity attack against you, leaving Bob's melee range.
Yeah, I'm still gonna. I'm gonna back up. So I'm gonna skirt around the fire. So how is that? 5, 10, 15,
So
25, 30, 35.
So you
40?
work. So you would still have to go like off to the side and then back up around it. He still does get an opportunity attack on you because you are leaving his melee range.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a straight roll because you can actually make a perception check for me quick, just to be sure.
Yay. Dirty 20.
You still can't quite see where he is. So it is a straight attack against you. Does a 22 hit? Yes, I believe that hits.
Yes.
So he does like come at you from the side with one of his daggers. Where the hell did my D4 go? And you do take 7 points of damage.
How much?
So he like whips around and like gets you in the side with his dagger as you move away. But then, yeah, you have about 15 feet and you're out of the fog from there. Which way do you go, right or left?
I'm going to head towards the bar entrance. So just straight back if I can.
Okay. You will be in the fog cloud back to the bar entrance. So.
Oh, dang. Okay.
It's all the way back there.
I'll make a right then.
Okay.
And then...
So yes, Trenton, you see both Errol and Paintbrush materialize out of the fog cloud, and you do see a little bit of singed fur on Paintbrush's tail.
Did he push you into the fire? That's fucking rude.
Something like that.
All right. And then you still would have, because that was a total of about 20 feet. So you would still have a little bit of movement, but you can't see any of the bad guys currently.
I'm going to move an additional 10 feet outside of that and then do patient defense with one of my key points.
And that brings us to Aklis.
Oh, hey, that's me. First, pull dagger out. Ah! And he just kind of goes at the goblin, hey! And when he says hey, it just kind of echoes weirdly for everyone except the goblin, for whom it just kind of echoes around in his head for a second, making him have to perhaps make a wisdom saving throw, if you don't mind.
18.
Nothing fucking happens.
Goblin's
I'm
wise as
finally
shit.
rolling well on bad guys. I just had to make fun of him for a minute.
Can I see him?
He's on the opposite side. You went to the right, he went to the left.
Can't help.
Eccles just gets a really annoyed look on his face and just, fuck you. And as he does that, there's perhaps a pulse of power that echoes a little bit as I will go ahead and spend a Pell point. Yes, my mini Pell point. A spell point to activate a meta magic feat, quicken spell, and as a bonus action, I would love him to make another wisdom saving throw.
That's a 6.
Excellent. He had to beat a 15. And Ackles just goes, fuck you. And that echoes in his mind and just rumbles around in there painfully, as almost like it's a dissonant whisper. Not a careless whisper, a dissonant whisper. For 12 points of psychic damage, and must immediately use his reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
All right.
That's wonderful.
So he does like start to crumble a little bit, and then he feels the need that he has to run, and so he turns around, barreling into Lustin, and like kind of just pushes him to the side and runs his 30 feet.
And I'm not entirely certain, but I think as he chose to run away from me, I think if there was anyone next to him, they might get an attack of opportunity on him.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
a little bit.
Make
No,
that
We need to adopt the goblin.
opportunity attack.
Both me, Marielle, and Lesson.
I
It would-
used my reaction this round, I thought.
That's right.
yeah. So just Leston would get, or wait.
I haven't used my reaction. I just got it back.
Oh, you just yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not adopting this goblin.
Could be adopting a black goblin.
All right,
He
let's
can
see if I hit it.
fight. It's the good kind of goblin to adopt.
Bye. That dice is going in there. That's another nat 1.
Oh,
Ow.
Roll a d4 for me.
2.
Okay, you don't trip over your own feet, but you almost trip over his, and you kind of stumble a little bit. And then on that note, it is the goblin's turn, and he is going to use a healing potion that he has.
Son of a bitch.
He's gonna get fried.
And since
Fried
it's
in a
for
very-
himself, that is a bonus action and so for his action, he's going to turn around and just throw his dagger at Leston.
Busting for daggers.
Mm-hmm.
It's my new band name.
19.
That hits.
That's 6 points of damage.
6 points. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Goody.
And that brings us back to the top with Amariel.
okay. This changeling has it out for me for some reason. Don't know why. But we're just gonna rinse and repeat that 5 points of lay on hands.
All right.
And then I'm just gonna offhand with my scimitar. All right. So that is a 17 to hit, I guess,
That does
because the
hit.
goblin's out of my range now. So
Yeah.
I'm going at the changeling.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. Let's use a better dice this time. Come on. Amethyst dice. Please be nice. Hey, that's max damage. 6 points of damage. And I'm gonna smite.
All right.
Fuck this guy.
Do we?
All right, my d8s. For 10 points of radiant.
Feisty. I like it. Anything else you're gonna do?
That is action, bonus action. I think I'm just gonna say, look, I get it. That guy was an asshole. I completely understand. I don't understand why you're doing half this, but okay. And I'm just gonna just keep at it, just trying to hold him off.
And that'll bring us to Trenton's turn.
I'm like debating how much damage I want to do because I know there's a 50-50 chance of me maybe killing my own teammate.
You
You
could
can
always
also-
climb out the window and go closer to see if you can get your eyeballs on one of them.
Or you could also just hold your action until something happens.
No one's come out of the cloud for like 2 rounds.
I have control of the cloud.
I'm just gonna cast another bonfire on another random location.
All right, roll me another d4.
You're lucky it's not catapult, which is like 3d8. So. 3.
All right, and roll a d20.
2. If it hurts someone, you are betrayed by my little Arctic fox dice.
I actually think that the bugbear is the only one that's still in the fog now. So it kind of pops up right next to the other bonfire, and he's just like, it's getting hot in here.
Do not take off your clothes.
Bob.
The bard arrives on the scene. Clink. The music plays.
Anything else from you, Trenton?
I take another sip. I find a chair and I take a seat. I'm sure that'll be fun.
That
No one's
brings us
yelled out for
back
help.
to the changeling. Do, 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 do. He's just going to go ahead and he's dead set on Amariel, and he's going to take 2 more swipes with short sword. Fuck you, dice. The highest I got was a 16. The other one was a natural 1.
That is under my armor class, unfortunately. If you had a 17, it would have hit.
He kind of like, still maniacally grinning, like takes a couple more swipes at you, and when he misses, he's all like, the dance continues. And then it is Lustin's turn.
Oh, goody. Okay, I'm going to take my trident, and I'm going to try to hit this now Eladrin King thing. Do not roll a natural 1. Don't do it. All right, that's a 17 total.
That does hit.
Goody. All right. So I get a D8. +3. So 7 points of damage, 2 of it being cold, if that matters.
It does not. He does start to like, one of his arms looks a little bit like it's not gonna work quite right, and he looks bloodied.
You know, you're a very creepy person.
Why, thank you.
I don't like this.
You have a bonus action you're gonna do?
No bonus action yet.
Okay. That will bring us to, that is the wrong screen.
Oh shit, there it is. But whatever.
It's the Bob the Bugbear's turn.
Actually, I have something that I would like to do.
Oh, okay.
Dispel the
fog cloud.
Fog cloud, yes.
So the fog cloud drops, and you look around, and literally just Bob and 2 bonfires are left in it.
One, it's concentration, so the second one, unless it like burns something.
Turns out the whole town's flammable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Everything is. Fine. It's fine.
So then Bob looks around and he's like, Trixies. And he is going to, let's see who he's going to go at. He's going to notice Aklis, and he's going to be like, you. And he is going to run at you and attack you twice with daggers. The first one is a 24 to hit.
Nah, that misses. Of course that hits. Good Lord.
And the second is 13.
Misses.
You do take 7 points of damage.
I don't like that. No, sir.
And so now you do have the bugbear in front of you.
Ow, why are you stabbing me?
Errol's turn. Because you get in our way one too many times.
Okay. We're going to move.
You didn't count that high?
Okay. Can I see the changeling from where I'm at?
Now you can see everybody now. Okay. The fog cloud is down.
All right. First, I'm using a free action to yell at Trenton. Trenton, it's about time. Come on.
I've been doing things. I don't know who thought like obscuring the vision for someone who like does things from far away was a good idea.
I swear to Priscus, I will set you on fire when I'm done with this. And I'm going to grab my holy symbol, kind of act like I'm rubbing the fire, and you're going to see smoke come out of the holy symbol, and I'm going to throw my arm towards the changeling, and you see a bunch of smoke daggers head toward the changeling and start spinning around them, and we're going to path to the grave the changeling.
All
So
right.
Whoever's going to do it, hit him as hard as you can.
And what does that do? Sorry.
Path to the grave. The next attack that hits the changeling is a critical hit.
Okay.
So the next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of the attack's damage.
Okay.
And that's going to be a one shot for me. And then that is my action. And then my bonus action is to move my spiritual weapon back toward the goblin. And I'm going to hit him in the face again.
All right.
And that's going to be a dirty 20.
On which one? Sorry.
The goblin.
The goblin?
Yep. And so the mace is going to come streaking across the field of battle and smack him for
how
12
far
damage.
away? Because it was hitting him before, and he had to move 30 feet, so it would have to move, and it only has 20.
The spiritual weapon can move, I think,
20
feet.
Pretty sure
it is 20 feet. Can I move it towards the changeling?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay, then the changeling just got double damage, and I think I just rolled 12 damage, so it's going to be, let me double check. I think it was double damage, so it's going to be 8 times 2 is 16.
He's down.
4, 17, 18, 19, 20. So yeah, 20 damage to the changeling.
I think he got night.
And then so as the spiritual weapon smacks him, you can see all the daggers sink in at the same time.
All right. So the changeling is down and making death saves. Just so you know. Actually, he's going to take a level of exhaustion, and he's still standing.
How rude.
I was going to cast Spare the Dying on him. He's fine. He would have been fine. Have him lay down.
He's just in my normal everyday state.
Yeah.
All right, let me add that condition. Okay. So yes, you do hit him and he like starts to crumble, and then he kind of like rallies and stands back up. And that will bring us to, you go away, you're just confusing me. Paintbrush.
I have it out for Bob. So I am going to
Bob's time.
It's Bob's time. I have Radiant Sunbolt, so I'm gonna get within 30 feet of him and throw a Sunbolt at him.
Okay. So yeah, you have enough movement that you can get within 30 feet after he ran at Atlas.
Does a 17 hit?
That will hit.
Good.
You're so bloodthirsty. Where was this before?
A whole 5 damages.
0.
But it is very bright.
And I learned a new trick, and my eyes are gonna glow like a golden color and just Hadouken right at him.
Just the whole wind up too. Hadouken!
All right, go ahead and roll that. You're muted.
I double click. I'm so used to double clicking things. It was 5 damage.
Oh, was it a roll to hit on that one?
17.
Okay, yeah, that hits. Okay. And that will bring us to Atlas's turn. You have Bob right on you. The changeling has gone kind of down and stood back up. And then who you know as Duke the Goblin, has run away from you.
Look, Bob, your name's Bob. Do you speak Undercommon?
No.
Good. So you don't understand when I call you a tacheh. It just utters a word that once more unnaturally resounds. I would love him to make a wisdom saving throw for me if that's okay.
He rolled a 2 for a -1.
Delightful. So that's 11 points of psychic damage from Mind Sliver. Let me make sure it's right. Yep. He will have a -D4 from his next saving throw, which is what matters, because what follows up is like, and I think that hurts you. Don't worry. I'm sure words normally hurt you. Kind of like this. And he utters some other word in an unknown tongue. And I would like him. Well, first, there was that weird pulse of power. It's now twofold, as I will both quicken a spell and twin a spell to target him with Dissonant Whispers and that fucking changeling with Dissonant Whispers. So they both need to make wisdom saves.
Works.
Okay, so Bob fails with a 3. The changeling got a 15.
Does not pass.
Oh.
Have a bad day. So they're both going to take 3d6 psychic damage. That's 11 more points of psychic damage to both of them, and they both have to immediately use their reaction to run away, provided they're, say, not dead because they just used a point of exhaustion to not die. And he just utters something else in an unholy language that just seems to resound painfully in their minds, possibly blinding them and filling them with rage and sorrow and blood.
So the changeling does go down this time, and we'll be making death saves. Bob, he's looking a little rough, but he kind of gets wide-eyed and he turns around. Trenton, roll me a d4 to see if he runs through the fire.
1.
And I think Paintbrush might get to use them claws.
He does run 30 feet, and he is now right in range of Paintbrush for this round. And that brings us to the goblin's turn.
Wait, what was the goblin's name again?
Duke.
Hey, Duke. You want to just talk now?
No. He looks at
Good. I was gonna fucking kill you anyway.
Leisha pulses, her power pulses through me, and I will fight on. He does look to have healed up pretty well from that potion, though. And
it's weird that you talk about your mommy like that in public.
And he is going to pull out the crossbow and shoot at Atlas. I don't think a 12 hits you. He is going to use Nimble Escape Hide and roll a stealth check to try and hide behind a barrel. All right. And that brings us back to the top with Amarielle.
Oh, geez. How far away was the gobbo?
He ran 30 feet away.
Okay. I guess I'm going to try running in that direction. And I need to get answers. I know the changeling won't. Bob might, but if I can trap this gobbo, he seems to like really want to live. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to try and find the gobbo.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Gobbo hunting time.
I'm great at those.
Must protect Gobbo.
That is the best roll I think I've had for perception in this campaign. That's a rolled a 17 for a 16.
He rolled a 17 on his stealth.
Of course, the motherfucker did.
So you start
big
walking
mood.
back and like you look directly at the barrel he's behind and turn and look past it.
I think I'm just gonna stand there and hold my action until the little shit shows its face. I'm just gonna stay there and be like,
all right, what are you holding for that?
I'm just holding my attack. Like,
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. That brings us to Trent's turn, who can now see.
Like everyone's dead now, right? That I can see.
Basically.
The
bugbear's
changeling
still
is
up, I
down. The changeling is down. Bob has just ran away from this mysterious stranger that saunters straight over to Paintbrush, and then you can't see the goblin anywhere, so you're not sure if he's up or not.
Can I like go up to this changeling and like loot him and scavenge him for like any information? Maybe if he has like a note from someone.
How much walking speed do you have?
30 feet.
You're not gonna make it to him. You'll make about halfway unless you dash, and then you can search him the next time.
Then I'm just gonna bonfire under him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna fail that dexterity saving throw.
Yes, he does.
But I'm like burning like his legs. So
okay,
like
but
anything...
that does make him fail a death save. So there is that.
And I'm just gonna leisurely stroll towards him.
Okay.
With my 30 feet.
And then that brings
That's my
us...
thing. What are you doing? I am the one that leisurely strolls.
No, you did the other thing. You sauntered. I moseyed.
Oh,
and
well,
I
as long
strolled. It's like really specific if you got good details. If you're gonna be like copyright infringement, intellectual property.
And then that will bring us to Lustin.
Okay, so Lustin is going to... So he's got the bugbear behind him with Paintbrush. Yeah, shoot. You know what? I'm gonna hold an Eldritch Blast and wait for the gobbo to pop out.
Okay.
And grab my conch shell that's strapped to his side and just hold it up ready to go.
All right. And that brings us to Bob the Bugbear's turn.
Got this, Bob.
If anything, I want to say
he
Bob.
looks at Paintbrush, who he's now
Bob.
run up towards. And he kind of looks one side, the other, sees the changeling down, doesn't see Duke anywhere. He drops his daggers. And he pulls off the patch to Leisha, and he's all like, I only did it for the money. And then kneels on the ground in front of you.
Well, that's a change.
I'm gonna pat him. Good boy. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder.
And that brings us to Errol's turn. And yes, with your 21 passive perception, you know exactly where Duke went.
All right, we're gonna smoke Duke with a guiding bolt so he shows up.
Okay.
And then that should let off what everyone else is gonna do. Not with a 7, it's not going to. I rolled a natural 1 on my guiding bolt. It was a 19, and then it rolled over to the 1. So in general, you see me look at Duke like, what is he doing? And then you see me kind of point in the direction, and a shot of light obviously comes out of his hand and completely blows right by where the goblin is. And I'm
Does
shouting.
that like identify the general area?
Well, and then I'm shouting, he's hiding behind the barrel.
Can I use
guys
my
still
help?
can't
there's a
see
lot
him
of
yet.
barrels over there,
All
right?
right.
But they can't see him. No.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm
Which
just gonna hold.
barrel?
My spiritual weapon will start moving in that direction, but it can only move 20 feet, so I don't think it can get to him. 'Cause he's quite a ways away, but the spiritual weapon is moving in that direction as well.
He only moved probably about 5 feet to hide.
Oh,
So the spiritual weapon can get to him.
okay. The spiritual weapon is going to take a crack at him, so you're going to kind of see where he is now.
Give him a bonk.
Oh my god! And not when he rolls a 10 and probably smashes that barrel to bits.
So you rolled a 10, so you miss him.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a d4 to see if it smashes the barrel.
That's 2.
Nope. It kind of like bounces off the top of the barrel.
Dung. Right there.
You're like, I meant to do that. I'm just showing you where he is. And that puts it at Paintbrush's turn.
I am satisfied that Bob is groveling, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down.
Sit down, cross legs in front of him, and just start petting his head.
Yeah, he's soft. He shampoos his hair. Yeah, he hit me hard, so I'm gonna take a little breather, just sit down, and that's my turn.
He is taller than you by a little bit, and like he's got those long arms, but he does have like this soft golden down fur on him, and like his face has a little bit of that contorted like goblinish heritage look to it. Mostly he just looks sad.
I'm gonna braid his hair then, as I said.
And that brings us to Ecklis.
That is a very odd sight to see a tabaxi just like, it's okay.
And not full tabaxi. So the tabaxi that you see, he's almost half elf tabaxi. Like there's that in his background. So he's got the ears and the tail, but mostly he's hairless.
Awesome.
He's a sphinx tabaxi.
Yep.
He's a Makote.
That'll be Tuesday night.
It's like petting skin.
Whew. Just first thing out of Ecklis's mouth is, how the fuck do adventurers not die? And then he will begin to saunter in the direction where Duke is being lit up. And he's still hidden, I believe.
Yes. You can't roll a
ahead
perception check though.
Oh, why the hell not? Well, I rolled that, so that's a 13 plus 1. That's a 14. That's
yeah,
why
no, like
not.
you know where he's at, but you still can't quite see him, so it would still be at disadvantage for the attack.
So just moving that way, I assume with 30 feet, am I actually able to get to the area? All the holy fire.
Yeah, you would be about 15 feet away from the barrel that was just hit with the holy weapon. Spiritual weapon.
Duke, hey buddy, maybe, I don't know who these guys are. Maybe I can talk to them. Maybe we can work something out. There's no need for you to, I don't know, probably leap out of the shadows here in a moment and try to kill me in a futile attempt to go out in a blaze of glory to serve your deity, anything like that. And I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. And now it is on Duke's turn. And he's not going to do anything, actually. He's just going to hold his action for whoever hits him first and is close enough for him to hit. And that'll bring us to Amariel.
All right, I'm going to try receiving it one more time.
Okay.
-1 perception. Let's go. This is the only character I did not take proficiency in perception on. I would just like to know in my D&D career.
You just need to believe.
God, it's an 8. Nah,
you didn't believe. You didn't
I'm
believe.
just gonna sit on the barrel and like start kicking my little feet at the barrel, like.
To someplace. I can smell them.
Like in this, like humming to myself. Probably the goblin sees me as some sort of psychopath. Like
if you're humming to yourself,
not just the goblin, to be fair.
Give me a performance check to
okay,
see something.
All right,
All right.
I'm actually good at that. Come on. Hell yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Yeah.
So as you sit on the barrel and you start to hum, he starts to sing along to the song that he recognizes you're humming. And now you can perceive him.
All right. Do I have
Dylan.
an action to attack this motherfucker?
I will give you one action, yes.
All right. I'm going to hit him with my sword. Ah.
Get him with that S word.
You have to sing along to Country Road.
Take
Dylan.
Toothpaste, I belong.
West Virginia.
Mama.
18 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right.
We're gonna get axed, guys. We can't sing songs.
All right. That's
Copyright.
10 points of slashing.
No, you just happen to sing country, which is the bane of
Yeah,
cat's
it
existence.
is. That is it.
Legally distinct Country Road by legally distinct.
See, I was thinking of my mind. I was like Sweet Caroline, and I didn't finish it.
Sweet home Alabama.
Oh man,
I'm Southern. I'm
All
legally
right.
required
I'm
to sing along with
smiting,
that.
by the way. This
God.
wait, that's D8s, not D6s. What am I doing?
No, roll the d8s.
Sorry.
Just roll them.
It's fine.
Roll them dice.
We trust you.
Do we?
All right, 10 points of radiant damage.
All right. He is still up and he is seen now. So, Lustin, you can go ahead and make your attack.
Goody. Alrighty. That'll be a 19.
That hits.
Oh, goody. And it's a D10. It's the wrong one. Where's my D10? There it is. So whopping 8 total, because 2 of it's cold damage.
He is still up, but looking bloodied. And that brings us to Trenton's turn.
I'm gonna just haphazardly skip towards the changeling's body and I'll drop my bonfire so it's super easy to check him and I'm gonna loot him and I'm looking for gold items and any pieces of information that he might have in his pockets.
All right, roll me an investigation check.
I'm just gonna imagine that I rolled a 19 because I'm using a portent roll. So it's a 24.
All right.
I saw myself succeeding at this.
I know where everything is.
All right. You do find on the changeling if it will work for me. You find a disguise kit, a flute, another set of thieves' tools. So you're going to add that to your inventory. He does have a bag of ball bearings and a hooded lantern. As you check his hand, you do find a gold-plated ring that depicts a smiling face, like the smiling mask in theater. But no notes or anything on him.
I'll be okay, so you didn't get any job missives. Clearly you're the bitch of the group. He's got nothing on him. And then
That's
I
good
just
to
kick
know,
him.
Trenton.
I just kick him.
And since it was his turn, and he just failed his last saving throw for the death saves. As you're searching him, like you can tell he's slightly breathing, and then he just dies as you're
He's like
searching
super relaxed. His like breath is getting like really slow.
No, you killed him. He's dead.
I'm like, I didn't do the damage
You
that
did
got
light
him
a
down.
fire under the corpse before it stopped moving slightly.
I've been told if you've been injured, you need to keep the person warm to help circulation.
Oh,
I
boy.
That
hope you're
one,
not a
Trenton.
doctor.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medicine person. I just do the best that I can.
And on that note, Duke does kind of look around and he's like, fine, Aklis, let's talk. And on that note, we're going to go to break. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. Thanks to the players. We'll be back in about 5-ish minutes. And welcome back. When we left off, we had one dead crazy changeling that was being searched by our wizard rogue. We had a bugbear sitting with our tabaxi, having his hair braided. And then the goblin leader had just surrendered to Eccles. So he does turn to Eccles. I give up. We'll talk.
Hey, you're smarter today than you normally are. But hey, and he kind of reaches down and rummages about in his coin purses. Like, I was just wondering, and he pulls out a copper piece. Just goes, penny for your thoughts. Just shove the copper piece into his forehead as the material component for detect thoughts. Which I immediately follow up with, do you have the paperwork on you? And what does he think when I ask that?
Money.
I'm going to chat just to you that.
Cat, that's just a series of memes about Shiva. I mean, relevant, but not.
And then while they're doing that, I'm going to yell back to Paintbrush and ask Paintbrush if Bob has anything on them. Can you please check Bob for any valuables or any notes or any information, please?
Yeah. And I'm going to be, so Bob, what brought you into this line of business? I'm still braiding his hair.
Well, you see, I was an acrobat with the Witchlight Carnival, and then we traveled to this area through some weird portal, and then they left me by accident, and so I took up with these guys because they were nice to me.
Oh, I see. You know,
Can I be the bearer of bad news?
Fair.
I love the image of like, your penny for your thoughts, interrogation, just hear that over her shoulder and both, Eccles and Duke just go.
Then he also yells, Trenton, can you please punch yourself in the face for sitting on your butt the whole fight?
No, but I can catapult a python into yours.
Can I cast command on Trenton?
Go
for I assumed you had.
14. Wisdom 14.
Wisdom save of 14?
Yeah, wisdom 14.
Hold on, where are my dice? Where are my dice?
Inter-party conflict, let's go.
Natural 20 plus 6 for 26.
Fair enough.
So then in Rhetor, I will catapult a python at him.
It's gonna hurt.
Dex save of 15.
All right, hold on.
Oh God.
This is gonna hurt. 21. Rolled a 19.
While this is all going on,
I'm just debating if I want to use my last portent to make you fail.
Wow.
Damn.
I'll save it.
Damn.
But you see that shit fly and it fucking explode on something.
Yep.
Well, this is
like,
all
right.
happening.
Apparently,
See what happens
you
when I
do
can see?
something. Yeah, apparently you can do something. Fair enough. And he walks
Eccles
off.
has just kind of got the goblin by the lapels and goes, it's what I thought. Just kind of pats him down really quick and just pulls out that piece of paper and goes, yeah, about that. Anybody else need anything with Duke?
Oh, yes, actually. We're they came after us because we kind of found some information out that was gonna hurt the town. By the way, I'm a Marielle. It's really nice to meet you. Sorry I was so gruff earlier. I'm supposed to use mean voice when I'm supposed to be serious.
You were in the middle of a fight. That's fine. Hi, I'm Eccles. You were in fact breaking into General Nostrom's study. And in fact, actually, he reaches in and quick pulls out a notebook. Yeah, you were breaking into General Nostrom's study, and they thought you left with something, which they yelled in front of the tavern. Duke, you're not fucking very bright. Has anybody ever fucking told you that?
I hear all of this going on, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to cast comprehend languages. Not comprehend languages. It's like too many spells I have. No. Actually, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna cast friends.
All right. Is there a save for that or?
No, it just happens. I just have advantage on charisma checks
Ah,
against a
gotcha.
person, but I have a
Okay.
-2, so it's fine.
You're wonderful people.
And I'll be like, Gabo, just tell us what's going on and what do you know?
I mean, we were sent here by our boss because we need that paperwork because I mean the Neodar bitches, let's be honest.
Which is hilarious given you've literally got orders from them right here on this paperwork that says you were doing that. So come on, Duke.
I recall no such paper. What?
So should we call you Puke from now on? That's what I'm hearing.
Roll a persuasion check for me, Eccles.
You trying to persuade him to be called Puke? Because I support that. I only got a total of 20.
Only.
Oh shit, charisma casters.
Yeah.
Charisma for the win.
Can I just give him? Can
is
he roll
a -1, and he rolled a 1.
Oh, 0.
Big fat 0. Yeah.
He's like, is it really that idiot we've been working for? What?
I mean, I assume that's why you have the paperwork. Maybe they set you up as a fall guy, which is really kind of shitty of them. So.
Also, who are you working for? Because he knows more than I do.
I mean.
Did you just point at Eccles?
Yes.
And she just looks at her, looks at him. I believe she's technically correct, but it would be rude of me to confirm that in front of her.
It's fine. Honesty is the best policy.
I think you just confirmed it to us.
Come on. Just tell her what things you know. It'll be so much easier for you.
I can protect you. You know how hard I hit you. Imagine that against someone that doesn't like you.
And otherwise, I'm gonna have to torture you. And I haven't done that all week. And I've been very good that I haven't had to do that all week. And I just want to keep that trend. My therapist says it's a healthy thing.
So can I just gently guide his head to face the giant explosion from just my one catapult and be like, you really want to be friends with us?
You could have, but from out of the shadows, a dagger comes and hits him and kills him.
Sniper.
Okay, I'm currently looking and seeing where it came from.
Dive to cover.
Yeah, I want to look where that came from.
Can you roll a 31 perception?
No.
I can with the power of friendship and cheating.
Because that is what the stealth roll was with the natural 20 that I rolled for this.
Wow.
Beats
That's
my 21.
beautiful.
Beats my 21.
So Gabo is surrounded, and then this came from a direction.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't take a perception check to tell. It buries itself in his temple up to the hilt.
So I python in the direct direction that the dagger came from. The moment it sinks in, I just launch a python in that direction.
All right, make an attack roll.
Catapult.
So good.
With my spell attack?
Yeah. Isn't that what you do for the
catapult? A dexterity.
Oh, dexterity save? Oh, okay.
Gonna make a dex save.
That's a 22.
That succeeds. I just want to see. So it's gonna impact anywhere. So if he dodged out of the way, whoever it was, it still hits the wall or whatever's there, first object. And I'm hoping that his movement would have alerted Errol the ability to try and see him from moving.
Don't try.
You see no movement. There's nothing that seems to change over there at all.
I'll even say I got nothing. Like, that was excellent, but I can't find him.
Oh well, I'll poke
I'm
him.
gonna
You all considered getting down because there might be another guy throwing daggers?
No, we need to
Echo
get
says
Bob
from,
out of here.
crouched against a wall.
I'm gonna be over talking to Bob, sharing my rations with him, my little nuts, and I think you're following the wrong god. My god Theodosius gave me the ability to paint, and I'm gonna be painting his nails.
Honestly, he like
Roll me a persuasion check, Paintbrush, to see if you make a true friend.
So I have advantage. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna use my given advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
I keep forgetting I have that.
I'm gonna use my third advantage.
Come on.
he punches you in the face and becomes a
Okay,
heretic.
That's much better. Yeah, I rolled 2 twice in a row, but you said persuasion.
Yes.
Oh, damn it! It's still negative. What? 17 though. 17.
That's nice.
He looks at you painting his nails, and he's like, I know they weren't real friends, but they were nice to me, but not as nice as you. Can we be friends?
Yeah. I'll see if I can get you into the academy.
Start yelling, Bob, get Paintbrush off the street. And grabbing
Bob
dead
hears
bodies.
that, and he
Yeah.
picks up Paintbrush and throws him over his shoulder and runs into the wacky mole.
Grab dead body goblin that we haven't searched yet and bring him with us.
It's that easy. Just tell them. All right.
And I'm just gonna look over to
It's very simple. He has a -1 to intelligence and wisdom.
the human with the very diluted elven features and be like, I'm not that weird. If they wanted to like hit us, they would have aimed for us, and they specifically targeted him. They would have just kept throwing other daggers to try and hit us. So,
How old are you?
how do I look?
Young enough to be
Apparently.
that dumb.
And then I just point to the 2 explosions from the catapults and be like, or smarter to not really fear when logic dictates that we don't need to worry.
Oh, anyone who
And
does
then I
the
walk
whole
away.
logic dictates things,
I'm
obviously a
herding
fucking
them
idiot.
towards the tavern.
It's just
Like a
I've
bunch of children where you have like the hands behind them
go.
to like guide them.
Eccles
like,
definitely
to
kind
the-
of hustles like he, does the combat hustle, expecting to have something shot at him, as if he's had to do this a couple times.
Trenton picks up his glass because he definitely travels with the alcohol.
Always.
So yeah, you guys do make it back into the Wacky Mole Tavern, and Melgtris kind of has peeked her furbolg head up from behind the bar. Is it done?
As far as we know.
Yeah, for now.
Is
How
there
many
more
other
dead
people are-
bodies on my porch? That's becoming a regular thing.
I hold up the goblin. We just got just the one right now. It's
I'll go
close.
bury him in a little bit.
I'm
Okay,
going
that would
to
be
apologize
nice.
for them about that whole thing. How many people are in here?
You see about 5 people cowering behind the farthest table, like they've thrown it on its side so that they're blocked.
Okay, tell me what. Hi, my name's Eccles. What was yours, honey? Talking to the furball.
Oh, I'm Melgtris. I run this place, and I have very herbal alcohol if you would like to try some.
I would love to just buy some for everyone in the house to kind of help smooth over whatever just happened outside. Not that it was our fault or their fault. Well, it could be our fault. I didn't help. In that sense, I didn't try and keep things de-escalated.
So
But-
it's about 50-50.
hey, as long as we're sharing, we're caring. So I would love to just help smooth that over by buying everyone a round of whatever it is you'd love to serve them. What's popular?
Ah, well, these ones like my elderberry whiskey.
Elderberry whiskey all around, it sounds like to me. Shots!
And the people do get up from behind the table and kind of look at the window and see if they can see anybody else and stay back in that corner.
Let them do that.
It will be safe.
Okay, we do have Errol searching the goblin. So on Duke, he does have bagpipes on his back.
Oh, we're taking those.
More thieves' tools.
Those are mine.
And then pretty much double of everything that you got off of the changeling. So it's like just the exact same thing. So you got, another bell, more ball bearings, all that.
Okay.
And you do find a love letter on his body.
Yes.
From his wife.
Ooh,
I should have asked him about that when I was reading his mind.
I told you we had to save him, but no one listened to me.
Well, now we get to go tell his wife the horrible truth of who he was.
So it was ball bearings, bagpipes.
Trenton has a whole list of what's there, and he'll just double it. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And there is another 12 gold.
Yeah.
On him.
Beckles is going to come back with shots of this whiskey. Just kind of set them out wherever the hell this searching is going, possibly just around the goblin body.
Like a centerpiece.
Okay. And then, quick
and
drink.
I just rolled
drink a little.
Death saves just to see if he did really die. I only had 1 out of over 10 out of 4 rolls. So he does, as you're searching him, pass away as well. Fully.
Oh, I thought he was dead already.
Yeah, I would have pumped healing into him if I knew he was alive.
I would have spared the dying.
Yeah, do you want to bring? Okay, I will give you guys a chance to bring Duke back.
Oh, spare the dying, 100%. He's stabilized.
Okay. So you do have a stabilized Gabo.
Can I just bitch slap him to cure wounds him?
Sure.
Like, you can't die. We need information. And as I slap him, I cure wounds.
Very good point.
Your death is an inconvenience.
How much do you heal him for?
Let's see.
Also, who the fuck are you guys?
1d8 plus 4 for a total of 5 because I rolled a 1 on the day.
I am Lustin.
We'll just Errol as I'm kind of passing out the money that I got.
I'm passing out. I'm helping you pass out the drinks.
Yeah.
I like you. I like a number of you. I'm still not sure about everything, including the nice part cat-like individual.
Oh, I'm gonna be leaning over the shoulder of the bug. Hi, I'm Paintbrush. Over the shoulder of the bugbear. Has he put me down yet?
Paintbrush is a treasure and deserves to be protected.
They're still over his shoulder.
Bob, are you okay with putting down Paintbrush so that they can have a shot?
I can put down friend.
You can also have a shot if you'd like.
Okay. Having real friends is different. Duke, you were nice to me.
You like trash.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a real friend. I'm just a guy who happened to be in the right place for the bar. Well, the fight that happened outside the bar. Very conveniently. I do technically owe you all for that because otherwise it would have pain in the ass to have to deal with him on my own.
We do greatly appreciate your assistance. Thank you very much.
Very welcome. The guy was an asshole. Why were you? And just kind of drops his voice. Why did they know that you were stealing things from a general?
Oh.
But we didn't. We were good and we didn't.
They shouldn't, and we don't know. And I lightly backhand the gobbo to wake him up because he's been healed now.
Well, I mean, it might not help, and just pulls that paper out.
Oh, yeah. So, the Neodar hired us to do stuff, and they weren't very nice. So we didn't do everything that they asked us because they weren't very nice.
I'm sorry I wasn't clear. This gesture was, please read this piece of paper that apparently had on him, so I don't have to read it to you
Okay.
out loud.
Then I'll also explain that we left a note for the general to leave us a contact at a dead drop that we have. Haven't been able to check the dead drop yet to see if the general dropped us a note due to said fight.
It's
I got
been
real
about
bad news for you.
a day and a half since you broke it. So.
Mm-hmm.
So you do, on the note, when you do unfold it to read it, it does say, did not follow correct orders. They are to be dealt with extreme prejudice. Neodar will not deal with them again.
That's fair.
I mean, that's fine. We know what they're up to now. A little bit more
They're
of what they're up
shady.
to.
What do you know that they're up to?
Oh, they're
just
trying
literally
to
puts out a little
infiltrate the
pout.
city.
Okay. We just met.
But he's nice.
I know, but I'm giving you the pout.
Oh, it's cute. There's like manipulation involved. No.
No. The pout does not work.
I'm trying very hard. It's my best pout.
I mean, he's helped us so far. I mean, he did more than Trenton did.
It's fair.
I'm gonna.
Trenton
Trenton is just going to get up and start heading towards the dormitories. I'd be like, well, if they don't understand the basics of like don't obscure vision, then I can just go relax in my dormitory.
Trenton, we need you here. Don't.
No. I
Do
did
you
not
make
get
it out the
mine.
front door? Do you
Well,
make it
it's
out the
me.
front door, Trenton?
Hmm?
I said, do you make it out the front door? Or do you go back in before you do?
I'll get to the entrance and I'll be dramatic.
Roll a perception check for me then.
Ooh,
Do you get to notice my undead army?
23.
You do notice hanging around outside, Hurt, the changeling that you dealt with before, after the visions, who gave you your vision.
I must be off because I clearly of no use to the group.
That is not true, and you know
And
it.
then I had
Trenton.
to hurt.
Okay, we'll see you
Is he
tomorrow
always
then.
that dramatic?
Maybe.
Okay.
Woe is me.
I'm gonna
Never will I
finish
do.
after.
Here, I thought my family was dramatic, and then we have now Trenton.
Nice.
What'd you say, Paintbrush?
Oops. I'm gonna follow after. So Bob, I gotta get going. If you want to come, you can. It's just I
As
have
you get to the door, you no longer see Trenton. Trenton, you have had invisibility cast upon you.
Uh-oh.
Does this
Oh,
reinforce my escape capabilities that he is aware of?
Oh no.
no.
So I am a little worried. He just vanished out of thin air. He said he was going towards the dorms, so dorms towards I go.
Bob follows you. You are now his friend.
I mean, Paintbrush, he never goes towards the dorms, honey. Okay.
Does Amariel actually have that much insight?
We
She
did
pays
find you in the
attention
fight-
to
in the
people.
fight
She
ring.
knows how
I
to
mean,
read people.
yeah, we
She
found you in the
doesn't
fight
pay
ring.
attention to the world, but she knows how to read people. She knows how people work. That's about it.
To be fair, that's
They
more
work
than
like
most
this.
people know.
If the blood isn't flowing, they're dead.
Oh no, Mario. Will you help me find him?
Oh,
No.
I can try. I'm just not really good at finding things.
That's okay.
We need to figure
he'll
out
come
what's
back.
going
Yeah.
on.
Unless
You-
I die.
Paintbrush, you do hear in your head, we will take care of him. This is something that needs to be one-on-one. He will return anon.
Okay.
Just accepts mysterious voice in there.
So I'm gonna turn around with holding Bob's hand, and we're gonna lead him back in to the bar.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you're not going to the dorms for the night?
No, a voice
We're
told me
going.
he'll be okay. So I guess.
And you believe the voice?
You believe the
I
voice
don't
in your
know.
head.
I don't know. Theodosis sometimes talks to me. I don't know if that was his voice or not, but they said he's gonna be okay, and he throws.
And you believed him.
My parents are gonna yell at you. Your parents
He
are
looks
gonna
to
yell
Lust.
at you.
Eccles looks to Lustin and Errol. It's like, you two are clearly the brains of the operation, or at least the
not.
most appropriately paranoid. You need to go find your companion, given that he apparently has disappeared and there's a voice in his head. Don't get me wrong, it's a neat trick. I can do that too. But again, it's weird. Usually red
Trenton
flag.
likes to disappear.
Last time we found him, he was in the underground fighting ring and did okay. So
He did okay in an underground fighting ring.
yeah,
Yes. With maybe some outside help, but
I was gonna
That's
say, I
beside
don't
the
believe you otherwise.
is enough. But let's get back to the matter of what's in this for you. What are you looking for? Why are you worried about what the goblin has? Why are you worried about what we're doing?
yeah. I'm gonna put my
Oh,
hands.
That suddenly you're
Mhm.
going to ask me questions like a reasonable exchange, like someone should do when something like this has just happened. You're going to be reasonable now?
Well, I'm going to
Yes,
pull out.
I don't do the
Oh,
pouty
okay, that's
face
good.
thing. I don't
I'm
do
going
the
to pull
pouty
out the
face thing.
bottle of apple Everclear, and I'm going to pour you a drink. And I said, "We're friends now. We bought each other drinks. We'll be okay."
We are. Clink down. What you calling, well, in the area, I'm an independent operator.
You're a mercenary.
Mercenary implies I'm good in a fight. I am
you're
not good in a
spy.
fight. Well,
You seem
yes.
pretty decent in there or out there.
Murdering people with magical words is a little bit different than fighting.
Okay, that'll give
Let's
you.
be honest.
That'll give you, yes.
And there's some hubbub, some rumors, some scuffles happening based around the checking notes for proper spelling and pronunciation with the Neodar and the Plakir?
Yes,
Plakir. And do you know what happens when political factions in an urban to semi-urban area start scuffling and conniving against each other?
Yeah, everybody loses.
No.
Murder,
Money.
unrest, and usually
Money.
pillaging.
People like me make money.
Money. Errol, right when you say money, Errol repeats money at the same time.
Oh, money. That's
So-
what happens.
I'm chasing a few loose ends, seeing what I can scrap together to get to, that's going to be valuable for someone else. So quite literally, I got a rumor that Duke was doing some business for people above his pay grade. And when people I can get a hold of are doing things for people I can't get a hold of the part you can get a hold of, so you can start shaking the other trees. And just looks at Amaro for a second. Some of you may know how this works.
No.
Yes.
So that's what's in it for me. And that little piece of paper just kind of taps the note. That is that's a gold mine. Well, okay, it's not a gold mine. It's really more of a copper mine. But there might be a vein of silver somewhere deep down there once I keep chasing it. Really, I'm like a miner in the respect that I just kind of taking guesses at where things may be and hoping they pan out when I go to an assay office.
So you mine information?
If we're staying with this extended metaphor, yes.
Okay.
If you'd like a different metaphor, I can come up. Maybe fishing. Do you like fishing?
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
I'm a fisher, except instead of being fishing for fish, I fish for men.
Have you ever had fish in your coffee?
I do not want to answer that question on the grounds that the answer may be self-incriminating.
Well, okay, if you're looking for, I guess if we're using the metaphor, big trees to shake down, you may want to check out Leroy of the Neodar. And I'm just gonna
out
sip
comes the
drink.
notebook. Leroy Neodar. And do you have any hints as to why I should shake that particular tree?
Oh. I'm just gonna like glance over to Amariel, just be like, yeah, do it, please.
Well, at least from the information we've been able to gather, he's trying to get people to infiltrate the city so he can control it, or at least the Neodar can control it. Basically, to get the plaque clear to not have enough votes. Supposedly, I believe it's a rogue group. Gosh, what's their names? Errol, do you remember their names?
We're talking about the Whispers of the Ended.
Whispers of the Ended. They're trying to like infiltrate, and basically Leroy hired us to try and steal everything on notes that was against the Whisperers, is kind of what it sounded like, from the general's office, but we said no because that was an asshole move. And the general was only trying to help some people stuck in the tunnels.
Well, now that we let that cat out of the bag.
You're involved with the Whispers.
No.
No. If you did anything near them, you're involved with them now.
Okay, well, we didn't know that.
Well, it still is.
Duke does sit up at this, and he's like, "We don't work with filth."
I'll punch him.
He has 5 hit points from my healing earlier.
Ideal. Okay, you want me to roll the hit?
No, we'll just say you like backhanded him. It's fine.
Okay.
Kill him again.
Okay, are you going to behave, Puke?
He kind of spits off to the side a little bit of blood. He's like, "Fine, I will shut up."
I think they want you to talk, but only about certain things, actually.
Correct.
But yes,
Please.
These 3 were Whispers of the Ended.
So now we're going to have hitmen after us all the time. Is that what I'm hearing?
It depends on what you stick your nose in.
Oh.
And
So if we send you, so I'm gonna look over to Puke. I'm gonna keep referring him to that. So if we send you back and you say that you killed us or whatever, you did the job, your job is done, then we're in the clear.
Why would I do that?
Because you value your life and your family's lives.
Well, how would you know if I went back and told them that?
Because we'll find you and kill you.
I hold up his love letter.
Give me a 1d4 roll to see if it reveals anything about where she lives.
3.
It does have a town name on it, but outside that, it doesn't have anything else.
Okay.
That's still better than nothing.
And it does have her name.
Yep.
Oh, good. That's even better. Oh, that's so good to know, actually.
Yeah. And I explained, look him in the eye and said, I've found more with less.
He kind of stares at you all like, shit.
So it's
and then we're going to cut away real quick to Trenton. So you are being led away. You can't, Hurt also cast invisibility on themselves. and you get around a corner in an alley and the invisibility drops, but instead of seeing their changeling form, you see Sandy Twine, one of your mentors in the underground fighting ring. Well, Trenton, I'm glad you finally got to see my real face. Now we can let the real work begin.
Oh, I hate working. It's so much work.
Well, you do well enough in the fighting pits, and you're useful. The trick with the eyes is an actual vision that I saw. I am both these people. I am Sandy. I am also Hurt. I do tell futures.
So
I
you're
do see
handy?
futures. Sandy.
Handy. Oh no, I'm trying to combine the two. Cert. I don't know. You'll pick one and let me know. It's so much easier. Okay, so what is this work you want me to like learn to do or something?
Well, good work with those whispers of the ended there. Please, we just want to make sure that any information that you get from them, you do pass on to the ghost knives so that we can, properly take care of it.
It's just all this like political subterfuge. Everyone's after each other. Each one's trying to justify helping the common man, but only in one small area, manipulating that group to then disseminate false information. But really, everyone's just trying to fuck each other over.
I mean, that is politics for you. Nolstrom is set to at least gain a little bit of sway, and we're backing him because he has always been one of us.
I'm like, as long as like it doesn't affect like my area. Like I'm just a visitor here. I'm only here. Oh God, it's more than a week. I have like a lot of time still here. God. Maybe good political people will make this run faster. I don't know. You let me know, and I give her like vague information from what we found, and letting her know that like there's a lot of like this like not double agent, but like double presentation of like they're the bad guys, we're the good guys. You go over there, we're the good guys, they're the bad guys, and it's all about like perspective on how they're twisting it politically to try and use that social perception of their group on manipulating the common people.
It's less manipulating the common people and manipulating those in power to better help the common people, because neither of them really wanted to.
Oh no, it was like once you have power, you don't need to do anything for anyone else. Power is the ability to influence others, not yourself.
Yes, I'm glad we see eye to eye. Oh, and the jagged spiral you all keep seeing.
Yeah,
You'll
I've been
find
meaning
it
to
soon.
research that. Oh my God.
And then she goes invisible again and disappears.
So inconvenient. Riddles are aggravating. You know this.
And then we will cut back to the wacky mole. Anything else that any of you wanted to finish up with Duke?
But that's really why you just take a bath, buddy. It's important for a lot of reasons, not just your social interactions. You can get sick.
This is very true.
I'm gonna be
Fine, I will go back and I will tell the whispers of the ended that you're all dead. Just stop trying to make me be clean.
Well, you either tell them that or you head out of town and head to the town, and I hold up the paper of your friend here and go live a quiet life there. You have a lot of choices here.
Not very many end up good for you, though.
Two's better than dead.
I will go back and I will tell them, and The problem is if I tell them and they know I lied, because inevitably tomorrow y'all are just going to show your faces somewhere and then they're going to kill me anyway.
So head out of town. Seems like your positive option.
Change your name, change your family's name, change the town you live in. Give yourself a different scar. There are ways around it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
And hey, if you leave town, you never have to see me again. And most people think that's a serious plus.
Ooh, actually, that's not that great. That's a 15 total.
He rolled a 3 for 2 on inside. You're not very smart. Fine. I'll go get my wife and we will move somewhere else. It's about time I got out of this anyways. Bob, you've got the right idea. Stick with your new friends. And he leaves.
Goblin Wife. I think that was a band I saw once.
It might have been. I don't know.
Band name.
After the gobbo was out of earshot, I'm just gonna huddle. Okay, we weren't really gonna murder his family, right? That was just written in the interrogation techniques notes I got before I came here. Like that.
Yeah,
that's not a thing, right?
I didn't want to travel that far. It was pain in the
Oh,
ass.
I'm going to kill his wife.
Oh my god.
Don't actually kill his wife. This is not good.
Well, I'll kill him first.
Won't kill either one of them.
Why not?
'Cause it's not
Legitimately,
right.
this is a weak link. He's right. Even if he gets out of town, his odds of surviving this particular are real low.
We'll give him those odds.
You guys take a lot of chances.
You may be right, but
Protect Gobbo.
we gave him our word. How about that?
I did not give him any word. I just told him what he could, his options.
Look over to Errol like, really? Eyebrows raised.
Take another sip. Yeah.
About this time, Maltris had wandered back into the greenhouse for a minute, and she does come rushing back out, and she's like, Mario, this new plant, the icy one that you did, all these petals fell off.
Oh, I need those.
And in her hands, there are 5 like almost like daisy shaped petals, perfectly formed of ice that don't appear to be melting.
Oh, is that some kind of foreshadowing that you 5 might be in trouble?
It seems like we are just meant to be together, honestly, because, and I'll undo my jacket, take it off, and I'll show my tattoo that's on my arm.
I'll pull out the necklace from my bag and hold it up. We got these in the same day.
He just starts, Eccles just starts unbuttoning his waistcoat and shirt. I mean, are we all taking off our shirts?
You hear in your mind?
Just
Yes.
Just me, because I have big overcoats on.
Oh, okay. Button back up. Wasn't sure what we were doing there. Also, what's the symbol there?
It's
a jagged spiral, and if you want to roll a history check or an arcana check, whichever is higher.
How about Historcana? It doesn't matter. The die gave me a 5, so on my best roll, I got a 7. Not a clue.
You have like a vague tickle in the back of your head about what it has to do with, but you'd have to go and research it before you would know exactly what it is.
Cool. Put that on the back burner.
That tickles an aneurysm.
Oh, God. The sign brings death. So that's super artistic. Is that a birthmark or a tattoo you've got there?
Birthmark.
Wait, it looks over to Mario. Do you have a birthmark?
No, I don't.
Well, what do you have?
I mean, I have tattoos, but
where? So I'm gonna throw this one to you just because I like you. I was flirting with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a relationship right now, but I appreciate that.
That's not going to stop me from flirting with you, just so you're aware.
Oh. Wrong field, hun. Okay. Pat.
That's not going to stop me from flirting with you.
Okay.
So, do you have a weird symbol thingy that happened to you on the same day?
No.
Okay, so it's just these two gentlemen.
You're not going to show him the
Absolutely not. I was told
Okay.
not to.
thing? All right.
So is this some sort of fated thing? Are you guys some sort of like heroic party on a quest that is being guided by unknown forces you can't really comprehend, and you're barely just kind of getting scintillating glimpses of some sort of strange foreshadowing?
Sounds about right, yeah. It sounds like a
Fuck.
story that my family used to tell me.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. This shit happens way more often than it should. Like that's like I'm just saying like once or twice a generation, but still, that's again, it's something you hear about in a story, so it's not really the type of thing that should ever fucking show up actually. So that's fucked. Good luck with that shit.
Oh, it'll be fun, I think.
Thank you.
Have
I
you
welcome
read
this.
those stories?
Yes, I have many times.
How do they end for the people in them?
Usually, actually, pretty well. At least in the ones that I
Clearly
have read.
aren't reading the same stories I've been reading.
Not all of them ever make it though, and the ones that do are pretty broken by the end of it.
See, I like him.
I'm
He
gonna
knows what's
About
up.
this time,
hand him my
Eagles-
children's book.
Oh, your
the
children's
proper
book.
stories that he should be reading.
There you go.
I've
Happy
definitely
ending.
like reviewed his book, so they're all like happy stories because he can't handle any kind of trauma. It's like Goldilocks was invited into the house and shared a meal, and it was like, here's a free Airbnb.
At this moment, Eagles, you do get a message in your head from someone you know. And it says, "Good work. You can leave now." And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh boy.
I want to add one stinger on top of that. Just kind of picks up his whiskey glass and is just like, that's good. This is so fucked.
Thank you, everybody who came out and watched. Thank you to our players and our guest, Michael. He actually
hope-
inspired this character in a
Thank you
conversation.
so much. It was a lot of fun.
I hope I have
well
entertained
done.
people. That's all I ask.
It was wonderful. It was
Very fun.
wonderful.
And
the worst.
and we have been Rainbows and Razor Blades Productions. Let us reintroduce or outroduce, if you will, our players. We will start with Steve.
Hi, my name's Steve. I go by Hermes4939 on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at W9Steve. I'm very excited to play my intelligent yet depressed yet garbage charismatic Vidalcan cleric.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And with my tiff with Trenton that he almost caved my head in. And now we're doing pretty good.
That was
Next
a great
episode.
moment. Speaking of Trenton, Danny.
Hi, I'm Trenton. You can find me on the interwebs as Dr. Snugglebutts. You can see me Sundays playing Theron on Crows of the Dam. We're coming back from break. We got some plot twists on first episode of the next little arc. So come check that out and watch me make him cry with twin spelling Guiding Bolt and then quickening spell Eldritch Blast at both of those targets.
It's a great trick.
Oh yeah, and I just got Meta Magic Adept, so I get even more sorcery points. So yeah, come check that out. And remember, friends don't obscure other friends' visions during combat.
I live for chaos. What can I say?
You almost died. If I would have started catapulting into that, that would have been 3d8.
This is
3d8.
2 out of 2 combats I've been in now where the fog cloud trick has come up and worked real well, actually.
And Skag of the Fog Cloud.
Yes.
Gag of the fog cloud.
Hello, everybody. I'm Skag Water RPG. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram on that. And tonight I played Less Than Fire River, and you can find me with Dice Drop Evolution, an actual play Mutants Masterminds game. We release episodes every Friday morning, and I'm actually in another campaign, and hopefully, it's going to be turned into a podcast. It's for Icons RPG. It's another superhero RPG.
Stuff and things. You're doing it.
I'm doing them all.
And Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Kate Mead. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, socials at Nerd on Wheels 15, where you can catch me talking about disability, TTRPGs, and everything in between. On Tuesdays, tomorrow, you can catch me on Big Gay Dice Game over on 2000 Tales, which is Strixhaven, but make it gay. And then Thursday, every other Thursday, so not this Thursday, but next Thursday, you can catch me on Chaotic Wonderful for some Slayers, which is like a Wild West fun game that we're doing. And then Friday, we are finishing up Weird Web, the part 1 of season 3. And that one is basically a supernatural but with ovaries, and that's over on 2000 Tales. My brain is wiped today, but thanks for the game, guys. That was a
I
blast.
love everything I just heard.
And Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I played Paintbrush tonight. I'm on Instagram. I might make a Twitter.
You've been made a Twitter.
Oh.
They have made you a Twitter.
Almost. We're almost there. We will have it next week, though.
Izzy Talavera, all one. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
And I have been Kristen, your DM for the night. You can find me online at Darcerilish. As far as the channel goes, tomorrow we do have another episode of Watercolor Wizardry with Maria, which is super exciting.
Go check it out.
She's going to be doing the next 2 characters for her campaign for Misguided Magic, which we're going to be doing one-shots for starting next week to introduce the party to the world, and then we go live for reels first week of August. On Wednesday night, you can catch me doing Chaos Curiosities. I still don't know what I'm going to talk about this week. It's going to be a surprise for everybody, including me. Thursday, we do have At the Threshold. Michael and I are both in that, with Chad as our DM, North Shore DM, in the chat. Friday, we have our next episode of Cyberpunk, where I run things again. And it's been crazy. They're in a floating prison currently, but they have plans. They have ways off. And apparently they're going to chum the water with bodies, because that's what you do when there is creatures.
Very on brand for
Jump.
Cyberpunk.
Just jump.
And then for me personally, not this Saturday, but the Saturday after, we will be back with Sister Cities for the premiere of season 2. Thanks for coming out tonight, and we are going to raid Stella Luna. Thanks for hanging out.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Fog Cloud bad.
Fog Cloud's
amazing.
Oh my
Fog
god.
Cloud's amazing.
There we go.
The fog
All right, we're down.
cloud.
Just realize.